So after stopping at the last town in North Dakota before getting to Montana, I stopped in the first town entering Montana. Just a couple of minutes into Montana. It's called, I think, Waboo. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. That's the town. I would say it's very comparable to Dawson. The only difference is here you see the houses pretty close to the center, and in Dawson the houses were down dirt roads. I did see them from the center, but they weren't directly in the center like these are. So now we're gonna head to a museum, and I really don't like museums. This one cost, I think, $18 entry or admission fee. So I figured, why not? One museum won't kill me. So bad news after bad news. The dinosaur museum was closed, but that's okay. There's two more along the way, and I'll just stop at one of the last two. This was supposed to be the creepy crawler baby art, and it gave this address, and that appears to be someone's home. Moosley. I'm not going down their driveway. If I look, looks like a farm.
Turn right.
So I'm not going down his driveway. And it was just supposed to be like a sculpture or something, I guess. Now I'm parked in this guy's driveway. So I'm pretty much just annoying everybody in rural Montana today. We're on our way to the next place. Hopefully they have a diner. I want to eat. You may hear Google Maps talk, but 22 miles off of the highway in the Montana countryside, Pompeys Pillar told me to turn left, and then I saw this small little place and I thought,
take the next left onto 2nd Street South, then you will arrive at your destination.
Make a video there. Tim Sheehy had enough. That's why you should vote for him. Oh, look at that old car.
You have arrived.
Where have I arrived? I see a post office. Let's go to the post office. I don't know what Pompeys Pillar is, but I know where the post office is. Let's get out and look around. Okay, I'm bombing out on the way back to Seattle because this town is called Pompeys Pillar. I'm getting a lot of those. Let's see what time the Pompeii post office is opened. No working hours. But I guess we will walk around Pompeys Pillar because that's only going to take roughly one Pompeii. Yeah, I hope nobody comes out and shoots me. I like the no trespassing sign. I'm trying to think who would even be here. I'm here. I hear a killer dog barking at me. It looks like the residents of Pompeys Pillar had enough. Not just Tim Sheehy, because they've all left. That's it. Pompeys Pillar. Would have been nice if they had a diner. I've been hungry for the last hour. I like that car. I'm gonna guess it doesn't run anymore. And let's go on to the next place. Hopefully find something to eat. I just saw a goat. I can't even see the goat in the middle of all that trash. I don't know if you can see it. Yep, shook his head. And here, if anybody needs any rusted bars, metal. Looks like an old hood to some kind of a bed of a truck. And this looks like it has a tetanus shot written all over it. Hopefully I don't have to drive 22 miles down the same road, because it was just a backcountry road. I'm hoping it connects back onto the highway up here. Seems like the day was saved, because right when I left the town of Pompeys Pillar, I saw a sign that said Pompeys Pillar Monument 2 miles further. So I drove 2 miles further, and looks like we're actually going to see what we came to see, which was the Pompeys Pillar Monument. I guess that's going to be it. We get closer. Let's check it out. Pompeys Pillar was once underwater. When it was first formed, it was not a freestanding tower, but a part of the rock system created as sand and clay became compacted under the water. You can read all this. Of course, I'm not going to go hiking now down the Yellowstone River. Let's go look at the pillar. We're getting there. I figured some of you might want to read these boards on the way there. And you're just going to have to pause because I can read it after I shut off the phone, camera, whatever it is. That's pretty neat. What's that? I may make that my thumbnail. I may go to the bathroom. So this is a great place if you want to go hiking. They've got a lot of hiking trails. The gift shop and the building over there was closed. A lot of things are closed in Montana today. Now we're going to the museum, the second choice. It is the Prison and Old Cars Museum, something like that. It's 4.5 hours away, so I'm gonna drive as close as I can to get there, and then I'll stop for overnight. I left early this morning, so I get a more comfortable evening laying on the bed when I get to the hotel. Really tough to find food on the highway in Montana. Going in this direction to the west, I pulled off in Billing, Montana. Everybody's heard of Billing, I guess. I knew it was going to be a bigger city. I don't like the city, so I drove a little bit down the side roads, but I don't really find much to eat, so I'm going to go back to the traffic and the people, because I've been looking for somewhere to eat the past 2 hours, and now I'm pretty much content on eating bark from that tree. It's going to be noisy. I'm in Billing, Montana, and I went to the Tippy Cow Cafe. I see a name like that and I'm getting a BLT. I don't know if that's a dog or a person laying next to the car, and I don't want to look too much, but I stopped on the side of the highway in Montana, and I like these views. You tell me, dog or person. I'll probably be able to tell if or when I edit my video, but for now, I can't tell. I'm going with dog, a big fluffy dog. We've arrived. It's a pretty big place, and I don't like walking. But we're gonna go to the visitor center. And you know what? I saw a tiny little thrift store, and I'm gonna have to go in. Because I know on the way here, I remember I mentioned in one of the videos there were thrift stores, and I kept on saying I'll get to one sooner or later. Well, it's gonna be later, but I'm gonna get to it right after I go into the Old Montana Prison and Auto Museum. $18 admission, but it says in Google you get $5 off if you're a member of AAA, and I am. So I expect to pay $13. And you know, before we go in, they have little stores here. I'm not going to go in any of them because that will cause me to spend money. But this is the Montana State Prison inmate handmade merchandise. And I'm happy with my Fargo picture that I got. Hello. The Frontier Montana Museum, Kappa's Cowboy Collection. World War II, Kappa's Old West. I don't think this is a store. There was a guy sitting at a desk on a computer. Oh, this might be a store. Maybe I'll walk into a couple of these. I don't remember where the thrift store was. The Powell County Historical Museum. I think the prison itself is going to be such a long walk. I don't really want to go in all these stores. That one's definitely an office. She's going to lunch, locking the door up. Cottonwood City, Snowshoe School, Blood Family Cabin. Oh, we can walk in here. Let's walk into Cottonwood City. I don't know if you have to pay before you walk into these things. I mean, I'm gonna buy a ticket anyhow because I want to go into the museum. But well, that jail looks nothing like the jail across the street. This is going to be my house in Alaska. Slightly the same size. Let's see what's in there. Wheels from the wagons. That's it. A bunch of wheels from the wagons. This one's better. It's light. This is a barn that's closed. I hope the museum across the street is better than this because you can't go in these buildings. Here's the jail. Let's see if they have some guy. Oh, here's a coffin. Why is there a coffin next to the jail? I wouldn't want to go to that jail. Yep. It's what I would think a jail would look like in Cottonwood City. I'm gonna guess they didn't have that thing in the original city, because I don't think Amazon existed. There's a graveyard next to the jail also. I don't like it. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be in that jail. What do these say? Bob B. Gone told ya he was... I can't read this, it's too far. He was slick. I think it says... Oh, he was sick. 1875. Sent to hell with heaven's blessing. Miles... I have to read this again. Sent to hell? W-I-Y-H, maybe? No, that's with. Sent to hell with heaven's blessing. I guess that's what it says. And his name, Miles, 1852. Lester Moore shot 5 times. A-H-H, no less, no more, 1870. I like that one the best. No less, no more. This looked out. This is a church. This building was once a bunkhouse and bedroom for Edward Johnson's 4 boys in the Deer Lodge Valley. Built in the mid-1800s, it was donated, okay, by them. This looks like a church. How can this be a bunkhouse? don't know. I think they put that plaque on the wrong building. Now, we know this is the post office. Post office. You can play some checkers and drink your beer at the post office and get a haircut. Oh, dentist I'm getting out of here. I don't like dentists. This homestead cabin has been established in honor and memory of our pioneer grandparents, Louis and Nellie Blood, and our parents Charles and Mary Blood of Avon, Montana. This is just a little bit of everything. Bedroom with some creepy dolls. And we're gonna head across the street now. Maybe we go into some of these stores over there. So before I go in, hit pause. You can win a car. $10 for the ticket. I usually don't have luck. I don't think I'm gonna... Oh, there it is. 10 tickets 20, 10 tickets 50. And there's some things over here I saw. Prison keys. Hope I didn't move too fast there. Leg chains. So, should we buy any tickets? I kind of want to buy 10 for 50, but I have a feeling that 50 could be spent better elsewhere. So I'm not going to go through the gift shop. First, we're going to go to the auto museum. I have to bring the truck in here, get some gas. And I think for the beginning of the video, I had it on Zoom. These are just some pictures. And it was $13.50 with AAA. You got $5.50 off. So that's okay. I think if you wanted to, this could be an entire afternoon. BMWs haven't changed that much. Okay, I have to say the car museum may be smaller than I thought, but that's fine. I'm not really so much interested in cars. These are neat, but I'm just not a big car fan. Not enough to stop at every thing here and read what each car is. So if you want to know what every car is, come here yourself. So I'm going to get to the prison. These cars I like. I like these more than the last ones. I don't know why. I think it's because they remind me of mafia cars, and I like the mafia movies. Ooh, that's going to be a expensive one, I bet. It's got a angel on the front with wings, a 1929 Hudson Model R. You know, believe it or not, I don't even like the old convertibles. I like the hardtops much more. Like this one. You get a chance to look in the inside. I have to say, this is nice that nobody's here except for me. Maybe I should buy some tickets for the Mustang. I might be the only one who does. I'll definitely buy one ticket. Why not? I'm here. It's $10. I don't know what I'm going to do with the Mustang in Alaska. I'd rather, you know what? If they had this car up for auction or in the game, I'd buy 1,000 tickets. I'd be living on the streets trying to win it. These are just car parts in the windows. I have absolutely no interest in what a spark plug looked like in 1842. So we'll start on this side. I'm trying to walk gently so the camera doesn't shake. Because of what I notice when I'm walking and make the videos, if I walk like heavy, then the camera shakes. But if I walk gentle, then camera no shaky. Okay, I'm not a big fan of the trucks. I didn't like any of them. This one I like, this yellow one. I take that. I take this green one also, but not this color green. Okay, this is a lot of cars. It's bigger than it looked like when I first walked in. So for those interested in engines, can't see, it's too dark. Holy cow, that's a big room full of cars. Look, this isn't what I would think an 1800s car would look. Yeah, that's 1938. Okay. You know, this video I think can go on for the next 2 hours. So if you're not a car fan, skip ahead because there are more and more cars. This convertible I like. What's this? 1956 Ford Fairlane Sunliner convertible. That one I like. And something else I like, the red ones, or the colorful cars from the 50s. Okay, I'll walk down here, and then I have to get back there. I like that neon green one. We're coming for you. Oh, I see a purple one. I'm going for that one also. I like this one. And I'd get the purple one. Now I think over there we're getting to the 60s and 70s. And those are my favorite cars. In 1989, I had a 72 Mach 1 Mustang. I love that car. And then I didn't change the oil and the head gaskets, and then the engine blew. 67 Camaro. I like these kind of cars. These are my favorite cars, the muscle cars. See, these cars I'm interested in. Everything from the late 60s and 70s. These are my favorite cars. Maybe they'll have my Mach 1 Mustang. This yellow one's getting there. It's not yet from my year, but 28. This is a 69. Okay, I don't see how that belongs here. 2021 Shelby F-150. I like this. I forget what these are called, Chevelles? A classmate of mine in high school, his neighbor had one of these. I think it's a Chevelle, but I don't remember what the SS. I know these are popular. I never liked them. This one I like. 1970 Ford Mustang. It's a 66 Ford Mustang. I like this one also. I don't like that one that much. Actually, the one that was that you could buy tickets to the win, I don't know if that was a 66 or 67 or 68. I don't like those Mustangs. I like the ones that, I guess, I don't know if they're called fastbacks, but I don't like those Mustangs that are like squares. That's going to be a Mach 1, isn't it? Yep, that's a Mach 1. That's a 1970 Mach 1. Mine was a 1972 black and had gold like stripes on the side and on the hood. I don't have a picture of it, unfortunately. And of course I like the Trans Am, 78 and 79, 77 Trans Ams I like. A Plymouth Superbird. I don't remember those. There's my neon car. A Dodge Dart Swinger. I also don't remember those. That looks like Dukes of Hazzard car. '74 Trans Am. I like these cars the most. That's getting similar. I had a different hood. The Mach 1, that's actually a 1970 Cuda. Never heard of that. And now we've got some trucks. And the ending, I imagine, we're going to get a bunch of Corvettes on the left side. Corvette fans are going to be very happy. I like the old Corvettes. I hate the new Corvettes. And when I say new, anything after 1990. I like the Stingrays. Let's find a Stingray. That's when it's a convertible. I don't want a convertible Stingray. I want a hardtop Stingray. I like this yellow one, convertible. That's good. I'll take it. It's a 1958 Corvette. I don't think I've ever seen one of those. And a 1957 Corvette. And it looks like that's going to be okay. That was it for the cars. Now we've entered the prison. I like that this is outside. Prison tour starts. I'm also almost going in the wrong direction. I don't know if you can read this. I hope you can. And I am still going to go to the thrift store across the street. If they have anything small I can sell on eBay, or maybe that I like and I can keep for myself. Okay, I kind of expected that we were going to be able to go into a building and see prisons. Two people are there. It's getting crowded. Oh, you can walk into some buildings, it looks like. We're actually walking through the entire prison yard. I already can tell this is going to be a long Montana video. So those people walk to the right, so we're going to walk to the left into the one of these buildings, and I've lost track of what building's what. Again, just for people who like to read. Oh, there's a lot of people in here. This is the visiting room of the prison. I am gonna have to put down the video because there's more people in here.
They would take that cord and attach it through to where it needs to go. It didn't go automatically back then.
Whoa, there's like old books. It's like a classroom over there.
Chaplain.
Typewriter.
Telephone exchange and mail room. Also, I walk through these things much faster than most people. Riot shields. And prison uniform. Let's get him from over here.
You wonder why they did away with it.
Yeah, cool.
Kind of tough to see those things behind the bars. It was just like the riot investigator and the captain. So now let's go into the... I don't know where all those people came from. I think everybody's inside because they don't want to be out in the sun, but it's not that hot and there's a nice breeze. Okay, maybe this was for the, what are those things called when a prisoner does something wrong and he's put in that dark room? Doesn't say what this building is. Oh, maybe it's where the guards stand to watch, to make sure no one's getting the bad guys out. No breakouts allowed in this prison. Oh, look, a sprinkler from the 1800s. Even for $18, this is a good price. This is a half a day, I would say. Okay, you can't go into this prison. Oh, I have a feeling that's where bad things happen. Lesson learned, don't kill prison guards. You know, other than the hanging spot over there, these prisoners had a nicer yard than most people. Oh, that's what I was saying the other place was. Oh, okay. I would say not worth causing trouble in prison to stay in one of these. Look, Prison Break. That's some shoddy work on the fences. I guess a prisoner stole the plaque here. Oh, this is the same as the other place where the bad boys go. Yeah, this is where you go crazy. You're just living in darkness. I'm kind of expecting someone to jump out and scare me. That was not pretty. Oh, look, they let the prisoners out in the yard. Let's go yell at them. Get your basketball courts. Prison life exhibit. Okay, these are pretty much just pictures. I don't think something like this would be interesting for the video. Evidence room, food service. We're just skipping over this. Mattress making. Prison printing. Dormitory life. hospital, social activities. Hobbies and crafts, music, recreation, and sports. You got your baseball. Okay, I'm not here to look at pictures. I'm here to see some beatings. I'm not walking on the grass like those other people. And over there is just the wall and the basketball courts. Let's walk in the cell house. This I like. This is what I thought. Oh, you can go in. I'm looking through the bars. I didn't even realize there's a door you can walk in. Let's see how these people's, you know, not much better than the prison for the bad guys. So we'll go out, see if I can walk around. If I can't, I'll walk through, but I won't make a whole video of me walking down the prison thing that it's called. Obviously, I've never been to prison. I don't know what these things are called other than cell. What would this thing be called? The hallway of the prison cells? Oh, I don't know. Death row, maybe? We're walking down death row now. I'm gonna go with the hallway of the prison cell. Oh, maybe some famous prisoners stayed here. Nope, that's about the movie. Okay, I'm gonna walk through. I'm not gonna make a video of the walkthrough here. I mean, you pretty much see what it all looks like. So we're back outside. I walked through it. You didn't miss much, except for a bunch of empty cells. And I think we've had enough of prison. This was nice. Definitely worth the stop. I'm glad I decided to do this one. Now I'm gonna look for something to eat and then go back to that thrift store and decide, should I buy a raffle or not for the Corvette. Oh, and this red building. I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be the last stop in the prison. The canteen. Do you have any Doritos? I don't know where all those people went. I think they just live in that prison. this is the theater. That's nice. And that will be the end of our prison stay. Hope you enjoyed it. So that was walking around for 2 hours in the car and prison museum, and I just ate a sandwich from the gas station. I have no interest in walking through this thrift store. My legs are tired. I don't like walking. So I'm gonna head on an hour to a small town in Montana called Bearmouth. And then, I hope it's Bearmouth or Bear's Mouth. Bearmouth we're gonna go with. And then we're gonna be heading into Idaho shortly after that. And you know what I decided? Originally I was gonna get back to Alaska on the 12th of August. Then I have the 12th, 13th, 14th off, and then I start working again on the 15th. But I also have to work on the 9th and the 10th. So I was so much ahead of my schedule now that I said, I can get to Seattle on the 5th of August and then get back to Alaska on the 6th or 7th, the 6th. And then I'll get there a few days earlier. It'll save me some money with hotels. But I still have to stay in Fairbanks for 2 days while I'm working on the 9th and the 10th. So, because I need to hook up the internet in the house. What I'm thinking is, I just looked up on booking.com the hotels in Seattle. I can get like 3 nights or 4 nights for $279. I think I'm going to get to Seattle early because the hotels are pretty cheap there, at least the ones I found in Booking. And I can go out to the coast, I don't know what it's called, on Seattle, and go to a few things in Seattle that'll be nice to look at, and that I will never visit again because I'm never going to Seattle again. The town of Bearmouth, Montana no longer exists. I just checked it up in Google because this was the location, and I only see mailboxes and a dirt road. And I looked it up in Google now, and it said a town that no longer exists. I say, anyone watching this video, come to Bearmouth and we build it back up. We already have some free paper bags and some wooden tube looking thing. And I wonder if this used to be the sign that said, the town of Bearmouth. Now it says this. So now we're going to head to the it was the Montana Natural History Museum. I don't want to learn any history, but I saw some pictures, I think, last week when I was checking it out, and it had dinosaurs. Could be closed because it seems like the museums like to close when I'm visiting them. Does this ring a bell to anyone who saw my videos 3 months ago? I remember I stopped here and the museum was closed. And by the way things look right now, I'm gonna say the museum is closed again. I had that feeling when we were in Bearmouth that didn't exist. Maybe it's open and it's just not a busy place. I'm gonna guess it's closed though. But there are cars there. I think I parked in the wrong parking spot. I fear no towing. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? They tow the truck? It's not like I lost the truck. It's not mine. Sundays and Mondays closed. Since we're on a Monday, that would be closed. But that's okay because we get a free tour this way. This was a cheap museum. This was only $5. Only reason I was going to stop here. That's like 3 tacos. If you haven't figured out by now, the way I calculate whether something is worth it or not, I compare it to tacos. Take a long, hard look, because those are the last of the Montana mountains you will be seeing. Unless I stop somewhere in Montana. Here comes a guy on a bike, watch this. Most people, and when I say most people, I mean boring people, stop at rest areas when they're traveling. What I like to do is stop at some place that is not a rest area, pull off the highway right there. The road was called 2 Mile Road, and I've said it before, once in a while you get a little pretty river view, whatever you want to call it. This beats any rest area. Lesson learned, stop stopping at rest areas. This is also typically the spots where people stop and then get murdered and hacked up and thrown into the back of a trunk of a car. So rest areas really aren't a bad idea. But I'm currently learning Kung Fu. I'm listening to it on YouTube as I'm driving, and I think I can get like 3 good kicks in before I lose my breath. So it's a start. If I just start running here, I wonder if the cars would slow down for me. Let's look at the river across the street. Any cars coming? Nope. Ah, the truck liked that I'm making a video, I guess. He wanted to be on YouTube. He's on YouTube. 37 people are going to hear him honk his horn. See, even if the river wasn't here, we got a honk. That was worth the stop. I wish there was like a little path to go down. Then I'd go down there. I'm about 2 hours away from Spokane, and I just decided to drive the rest of the way. I already booked a room, $63. Cheapest room on this trip back to Seattle. You know, I was hitting a lot of the popular towns, I guess, with Mikey and even without Mikey. Plus, it's the tourist season, so hotels are costing me a little bit more now than they were on the way to Virginia. But $63 tonight, and I'm not walking down that. I have a feeling I'm still in Montana, but it's very possible I'm in Idaho. I'm not really paying attention to signs. I hit another jackpot in my hourly stop. That guy's going, who's that weirdo? There's a little antique store. I think we may have to go in. Well, I guess I'm not going in, they're closed. But I thought they were going to be open because the sign said open. But then here it says we're closed. So I'm guessing they're closed. There's a bunch of hubcaps. I was just wondering if they'd have any small knickknacks. You know, it's hard. See, it says now open. Make up your mind, store. I wonder what would have been inside. Probably nothing, but it would have been neat to go in there and check.